Let a few folks get in here. And we're going to be working on this little plane today. Trying to get everything in order and getting it functional. Y'all saw that I recently bought this little thing and I just want it to work and be cool because I think it's cool. And I've only got a couple of planes, so this will be a good opportunity for me to do some more tuning, learn how to use this thing a little bit better, and for anybody who's interested in learning anything about it as well. So, myself a little lighting set up here, and then we'll get to it. Hello, Alfred. Hello, Buzz. Roblox. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, let's figure this little bitty out. So, we may need old DMX here for a little bit today, but we'll see about that. Put him here for now. Now, I was looking for my buffer because that is a good way to keep a blade sharp, but I can't find it, so we are going to do some traditional sharpening with this sharpening, this diamond plate, and it's got a couple of different grits here, and then we may go beyond that, but of course we're going to need our little honing tool, and we're going to grab that. Hey, what's going on, Slime? Peace, everybody. All right, we're going to go grab us some more stuff. Now, before we get started, we'll talk about planes a little bit. And these little planes are called or considered block planes. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong. This Japanese style is actually Chinese made, but it's Japanese style. I just got it the other day and I think it's awesome. I love it. So I'm gonna sharpen it up so that we can tune it. We got this little cheap thing too a while back, and we got it nice and sharp and got it turned into something. And what we're most proud of is that Stanley number 4 that we got pulling really good shavings. So we're gonna work on this one, and we're gonna try to get it up to snuff like we did this one and this one. I'll set that to the side there. And figure out how we're gonna do that. So this little dealie is our favorite tool in the shop because this thing lets us get our angles on this. Let's see, I got a little wiggle on my table. Give me 1 second to fix that. Y'all know how I hate a wiggly table. So I'm gonna just take a shaving, tap it underneath. Good, no more wiggle. We can get back to it. All right, so I'm gonna start off by pulling this apart so you all can see what we're dealing with here. Now these often need a little whack to get through. I think you just hit them on the sole here. That didn't work. Maybe on the back here. Yeah, it worked. So now we got the wedge out and we've got the blade out. A couple of things we're going to look at here is, one is, what is that goop on the back? I don't even know how that happened, but there's some junk there. We got to get that off. Maybe that's just bad metal. Not sure if that's glue or bad metal. And then we got this front kind of thing, and it feels like a film, like there's a film on that. So we definitely got to sharpen all of this stuff off. This may have been protective stuff they put on it from the factory, but we'll take the time to get it right now. And we're just going to use this simple deal here. I think this will be good enough. It takes us up to 600, which I think is fine, but we are going to start, get it fine. We're going to start at 200, right? And I'm going to give it some WD. Sorry. Did that interfere with your lensing view? I'll check real quick. All right. So now we're going to open this up and find that angle. Remember, these are the jaws that are going to hold the blade. Slide it in, bevel down, and just put a little clamping pressure on it, not super tight. We're going to check, make sure we're in the same place on both sides, because we don't want this tilting at all. And if you see here on this side, it's not perfect, so open it back up. We're going to try it over here. See if these line up a little better, because we need to keep this a 90-degree angle here, and we can't do that if we're on a tilt. And it seems like with these square blades, they don't sit in there the same way that a flat one does. So what I'd like to do is just let it ride on the bottom of these two, because that's these two little rails here. So I'm gonna just lock it there on these little rails, and that's and keep the pressure good, and it should be okay. But I am gonna use a screwdriver to tighten it down once I've got my angle. Now we gotta find it. See if we get a place where we don't let light through. Man, we got really close on that. Let me back it up a little bit. Tighten that down. Check for light in between. You got a light just off camera right there, and that's what I'm looking through to see if I'm good. And from there it looks good. Get our blade. I'm at our screwdriver. Put a little more torque on it. And I'm guessing we're going to get this a little oily, but I'm guessing it's not necessarily a bad thing. So, real quick, we're going to check that blade for square and see if it is. Seems decent. So again, we're going to start with this course 200. Sight on our wires, and here we go. Definitely something in there. See how rough that is? About as rough as I've ever heard. So we are digging through something. Don't know what it is. See if I can find you a better seat. Sophisticated business going on here. So, nice even pressure, nice robotic movement. Yes, my seat does have a cutout for sitting. Thanks for asking. It is awesome. I didn't spray water. I'm doing this one with oil with WD-40, and I did spray it, and I'll retouch it again, but it shoots out quite a bit. but you don't need a lot. So yeah, I'm getting this worked out. Oh, I painted that on a live. That's a painting I did of myself. I appreciate it. You can go back and see it. I actually did that on a live, and then I think I did a short where I showed myself doing it like a time lapse. Now look it, we are getting cleaned up here a little bit on that bevel. Of course, it's not shiny yet, but it is starting to even out. I can see where there's kind of a diagonal going across here, so it wasn't flat. So now we're at least flattening that bevel. So we're gonna just keep going with the 200 grit. It's pretty aggressive, so a little W. And we do have to deal with the back side of this blade too, but right now our first priority is getting that bevel down and flat so we can get it sharp. And like I say, none of this stuff is expensive stuff. Like I maybe paid $6 for that. I maybe paid $20 for this sanding stone. This is diamond. So this block plane I got for like nothing. I was getting the spoke shaves that turned out I haven't even opened up yet because I saw this and I loved it and they gave it to me for free. So a little more W on there. We want to keep it nice and oiled. Oh yeah, how's it going? I have not used one yet. Do you need a special setup to use it? Like I think you have to have something that you can pull with a spoke shave, um, or something to hold it on your bench, maybe a vise or something. But I thought it was a cool idea, and for the first time ever, I am buying tools before I actually need them because ordinarily I'm buying tools because I'm doing work and I'm earning money, but as a woodworker, I don't earn money at all. This is all just for me and my family. Like I've built some stuff here and I've shown some stuff here, but never a client, not a single one doing this stuff. So it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's like, but it's fun, right? I don't think I want the pressure of stressing out about getting a table done on time for somebody's bat mitzvah. I uh, I do enjoy it, and my family benefits from it because we got a nice patio furniture uh, from it, from Louisville. So let's get the back side of this one now. It's so close on the end of this because it's so small. Um, I don't get a lot of room to clear that back, but look, there's still something back there. I don't know what that is, but we're just gonna have to work it off. Trying to keep it as flat as I can here. Oh, I don't like that. Let's try it this way. Maybe this one. I may have to take it off here to get the back side of that. But let me try something. I'm really curious if that's like a factory film. I'll be right back. So, I'm gonna pop this razor blade out and get me one. Try not to slice my fingers off. Let me see if we can slice that off. Look at it. coming off. All right. Those are our first shavings on the new blade, or shavings off of the blade itself. So that's good. At least we got that off. Must be some sort of factory film. But I can see it as it's coming off of here. Yeah, build your space, brother. Build your space. This garage workshop is the best thing that's ever happened for me in a home, other than my obviously beautiful family. So here we are. Nice even pressure. If you gotta use two hands to do this, that's perfectly fine to do it that way. Let's see where we're at with this bevel though. Can y'all see it? See where it's just not flat just yet across the tip of that thing? We are close though. We are close. We got this little spot here. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer maybe. I'm terrible at setting up this camera, but I do want y'all to get the best view of the work that we're working on, you know? So, if you guys can see that, alright, that's that shiny that we want all the way through, but we want it to go all the way through, and as you can see right now, it's not. Like the tip of that still has a little hump on it. And we gotta get it off. Here we go, back to work. Back to work, people. I'll make this little 200 grit do some work today. And then once it has, we're gonna switch it up. Bevel on the back. Alright. Now, one of the things about doing this is that you are definitely shaving little pieces off onto your sanding block. So you want to get that off regularly. Just want to wipe that off there, so that you're not running all that grime back into your blade. It does not hurt to wipe the blade back off either. Let's hit it again with some WD. Back at it like Craftmatic. No static. Everything that I say is automatic. Everything that I play is on static. Electricity let me bring havoc. I can do it all day long like an addict. Let's see where we are. More work. I know it. You don't have to tell me I did that poorly. There's just not much room on this thing to get it. Right. So let's hit it again with the double. Nice even pressure. Let the stone do the work. We also don't want to heat this thing up, you know. We're getting much closer. Much closer. Closer to our dreams. Alright. Looks like we got maybe a meal and a half. And then once we start switching to the other grits, this will go much faster. And we're getting closer to actually cutting something, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slice up some wood. See what it do. I might make this into a chamfer plane. I wonder why nobody ever made a one-piece chamfer plane. Like if you make a wooden plane, why not make it with that V already built in? You put the bit in and then that'd be that, right? I might get another one of these just so I can build that. Because it's wood. We can literally glue the pieces on there and then you've got a set plane. Just adjust the depth as you need. I might do that, do a build. Be a little know-it-all on the internet, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull this out of the box for this. Yeah, that's better. Oh shoot, I can't see. And we are almost all the way across. We're gonna give it one more wipe. Another run. And then we're gonna switch grit. So far so good. I really like what we're doing here. So, look at that. Is that good enough? It feels like that might be all the way over. So, make a little adjustment. Flip this bad boy over. Wait, let's get this back. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right. I always have to clean up that burr on the back side of that blade. That's what I'm doing here. Just light pressure. But it keeps that back side nice and clean. Oh, that was a terrible phrase. Strike it from the record, Your Honor. All right, we're gonna bump to 300 since we know we had a little work on this thing, so we're gonna hit every grit all the way up to the 6, and then maybe the 8. But that would be paper. Look at that. Sounds much better than it sounded earlier, right? That's how we know we're at least flattening the surface. We're not shaving off as much material. Look at that. Speaking of material, look at that. Can you see that? Kind of looks like I'm grating cheese. Welcome to the Cheese Grate Network, where we grate cheese all day, every day. Wu-Tang forever. We're getting there, ladies and gents. For sure, we're getting there. I think it's time we can move on to the 400. Welcome, 400. A little spray. Finally got the score alive. Yeah, Texas. Haha, let's get down. We're getting this plane together today, buddy. We're getting it together today, buddy. Now we're on this 400 grit. And we're looking alright. We got some weird little shaving happening up there, right? So let's go ahead and clean our system again. What we don't want is to start grinding shavings into the tip of our blade. Sounds painful. I hit that again. Some more W. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining us. This is awesome. Thanks for spending your Saturday with me. This is Saturday morning. Learning some tool sharpening techniques today. Or perhaps teaching me some, depending on your level of expertise. Pull that box out because I really have to. Might as well jump to that 600 now that we're there. Now that we're there. This will be our final diamond. Cut into this blade, and then we will see. That sounds great. And then we will get the micro bevel on just the tip, and that should go relatively quickly. And then we'll be ready to use this thing. If I'm being honest, I'm not even 100% sure that these get that micro bevel, but I'm gonna do it because it's gotta be better, right, than not. Oh, y'all can't see that. That's beautifully flattening out. That's beautifully flattening out. I really wish I had that polisher. I don't know what I did with it. But like you move stuff around when you're a contractor, you always gonna go toolboxes get tossed about. It's just nice and buttery. Starting to feel like a blade right now. I think we've done everything that this grit is going to do. I'm going to give it one more little pass. And then hit the back side here again a little bit. I always hit the back side. Always hit the back side. And now I think we're good to go. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. I'm not chasing them. I'm not begging for them, but I do appreciate them. So I don't want to ignore the people who do have a value in that. So we got that. We got that. We got this blade. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with that wood. If there's any like conditioning that's required for it, I'm gonna assume not. Which may or may not be the right thing to do. But we are going to go ahead. I think we're going to check this for flat first. And get my blade protected. And let's see. See if you guys see any light through there. I don't. And I'm going to put it at my lights. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Let's see if I can get you guys to see this. A little bit of light coming from between that blade. That is not going to give us smooth and clean. So we got answers for that too. Let's see. What do we have that we know is flat? We know this whole tile is flat. And so what we'll do, use that 120 grit right there. Give ourselves a good flattening. We do also have others. I don't want it to necessarily do that. I'm going to roll it a little bit, flatten it out. Enough. Now, let's see if that did anything. I'm going to flatten that out some more. And you don't want to bend this because you don't want to crease them, but if you just do this old drywall guy trick, no biggie. Done this for years and years. You get that thing flat, soft. But let's check this out. Let's see if we see light again. Now, I'm seeing just a little bit of light on the edge, which means I got just a little bit of a belly. The only light I'm seeing is up here. And so I'm gonna give it a little bit more. I'm gonna keep it soft back here with it. And this time we're gonna go like this and like this. Alright, crisscrosses. I learned that from an auto body guy. I did it. Still have this one little low spot. I'm gonna get a pencil and show you. I don't even have this to show you. Here. Special effects, folks. I'm alright. Just kidding, I'm never alright. Okay. I'm going to treat that just like we treated our Stanley when we flattened it. Slightly different situation, but similarly done. Like with the Stanley, of course, we had to keep some water on it. On wood wouldn't be a good idea. I'm very light with this. I'm going to be very gentle pressure because I've got a pretty heavy grit. Look at that. So now we look and see all our lines are gone. That should mean we're flat. Now we do have this little area that seems to be still original. And I don't know because that was high or low, but let's mark over it, see if we get to it. I'm not going to focus on that area. I'm going to keep the whole thing flat. And then I'm going to see how that area dealt with flat. You can see some of it's gone. So it got touched. So I'm going to call that flat enough. And now we're going to work our way back to our micro bevel on this. With that, I'm going to jump straight to the 300 from the 600. And there's that. And now once you've done this with this stone, or these diamond blocks, seems to do pretty well about keeping some oil in it, so you don't have to do it 1,000 times over. But we are going to adjust this bevel, and I don't know what degree we're going to go. I just know we're going to go deeper than we started. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit. First off, let's check this for square real fast. See if our blade is right. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm glad to see that. That was good. It was good. Okay. back into the old clamp of destruction and chaos. Let's tighten it down a little bit, and let's look for our angle. Again, we're using the old light trick. And yeah, we are slightly lifted from where we were, so we seem square in the vise. And tighten it up. And then we're going to give them a couple runs. The sound of that, when you're cutting that edge, it's a different sound than what it sounds like when you're polishing, right? Oh my goodness. Remember, we always come back and get the back side. It's the right thing to do. Let's go again. Ugh. Again, it's important to get these little shavings off of this thing so that you're not just grinding scrap metal into your bevel. Some fresh Earl there. There's fresh Earl there. Oh, look at that. That's what we call a micro bevel, and it's magnificent. We're gonna bring it back from that 300 ohm back to the 600. Once again, cleaning it off. Why not add some fresh liquid? In there. We're bound. Uh-oh. Do you hear that? It's like this, like it's the sound of not grinding but slipping. Right? It's that sound in between that you're looking for. I don't know how else to describe it. You'll hear kind of the crackle of pieces coming off, but that little in between is what you're after. Seems like I got a little bit of an angle happening on my blade. I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on this side over here. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's the thing I'm doing. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's better. Maybe that was the right thing to do. So what I want y'all to look for, 2 bevel lines here, because that's what we're trying to get to. There's that one, and then you see how when I tilt it, you got that second one up there? That's the one that makes all the difference. That's the one that makes all the difference. So I'm excited to have that. I also got a lesson from quite a few people in the comments on the short that I did on this this tool, and I do want to share that little bit of information. This is, oh snap, while I got this off real quick, sorry, we gotta get this back side. I just want to make sure that's nice and right. Get those burrs off the back. All right. Now, this is a Chinese made, I was told. Japanese style hand plane And with these, I'm getting the comments that these should be very tight, well, in terms of the mouth of the tool itself. That blade should just barely be protruding. So that's what we're going to go for. And then we're going to get a little delicate whack on the back of it. And that's why I've got this little baby boy here. And whew, that was too much whack. Look how far that went. So we'll just wiggle him back out. Get that blade to the mouth is the goal, but I'm also holding this wedge because I don't want it to go too far. So I'm probably doing too much. But let's try that. We'll start back and then we'll just work that blade forward a little bit. And right now I'm just tapping the wedge, I think, because I'm afraid to even touch that blade. So let's go ahead and get something in our vise that we can work on. What that will be, I don't know. But let's get you guys moved to a more functional location for our next phase. Hey, what's going on, Rose? Good to see you. Good to see you. Mix, doing the work, and let's get us something locked in here. Let's grab our vise since we just got that the other day. Got it figured out. I swear this is the simplest thing ever. And I really don't have to do anything but tighten this one little screw into here. And that thing is going nowhere. Now, in the comments section it said this style of plane, you should pull, not push. So let's try that. Okay. Not enough. Enough. Maybe too much. Definitely too much. It's a new tool, so the thing to remember about new tools is don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry about using them and getting performance too fast. Just take your time, because you got to learn the tool, and that's going to come through the experience of holding the tool, handling the tool, attempting to use the tool. But take your time with the process is all I'm saying. So now we said pull, not push. Alright, feel like we're touching. Tap. Tap. Okay, I felt a little bit of wood on that one. That feels like way much. Way much. I gotta learn how to hit this thing just right. I'm glad I didn't bust the blade up on that one. Let's try it. Sounded like something, y'all. Yes. Yes. Yo. I gotta go back to the comments to give props to a couple of people who told me this. Initially, went into my shorts feed and told me, well, two, I needed to sharpen this. I knew that for sure. But it was awesome for people to say it, because I didn't say it, right? And if you didn't know how to do any of it, you would have skipped the idea that any of that had happened. And I would have gave you misinformation. So fortunately, somebody was able to correct us on that. And show us also that we pull instead of push with this style of playing. Let's do some more. And I'm not mad at this at all. Look at this. I am not mad at that at all. Like, shavings. Let's see what push would have felt like. See? Yes, push can happen. The ergonomics of it aren't awful. But clearly the pull is easier, better, smoother. Now, as I do this, it gets more and more comfortable. Wow. may have gotten I should clean it out. Now I do understand why they say with these planes you want to use your whole body and not just your arms, because it does tend to grab on the edges with certain grain, certain pull. But if you kind of let your body pull into it and move your hips, not your shoulders, seems to be better. But I am absolutely massacring this piece, but it just doesn't like to be pushed the same way that it seems to be willing to be pulled. And I think the pull motion is going to be better for finishing the edge with this kind of tool. This has been pretty amazing. I am super happy. So that is my sit here for 1 second. Be right back. Let's get you on together for this one.